Hi, this is Katie Weeks, your independent, close to my heart maker, and today I'm here to share with you a collaboration with the Makers with Heart on our mystery envelope challenge. So this is sent out once a month by one of our makers, and this month we received ours from Julie, and her channel is Craft with Julie, and her instructions say summer is crazy, so I wanted to make this month's challenge easy, or it could be hard, however you look at it. Use any papers, accents, inks, stamps, anything you would like, but the product you use must be available right now or at the time you make your video on the maker's websites, and incorporate at least one die cut image sent in this envelope. And here you can see the pieces that were sent. It was a card base, a palm tree, a shell, a bird, another little, I'm not sure what those spiral type shells are, and there was another little piece of wood, and I will find that on my desk as we get going. But those were the pieces that were sent by Julie, and those little die cuts were all from the Cape Cod embellishing pack. And here you can also see some of the distressed oxide inks that I get out. I got out Tattered Rose, Abandoned Coral, Mowed Lawn, Peacock Feathers, and Vintage Photo. So I'm going to take those with my mini ink blended tool and the domed, most of them I have the domed applicator. This first one for Tattered Rose is not domed, but I'm just lightly going over that spiral type shell and patting on a little bit of that distressed oxide, and then I'm going to come in with my abandoned coral and just ink around the edges and then try to get in all of those little rounded grooves where it was die cut. So the die cut embellishments are actually made by Close to My Heart. Their corporate company makes those die cuts for us, and they are die cut with a machine. And sometimes you can even see almost like a little burnt edge along these things. This one looked pretty much all white, but that's how I did the first one. And then I'm going to go in and let me see. I think I will do the palm tree next. So I'm going to go in and use my Mowed Lawn, and I just want to add some green to the top of that palm tree. That craft or brown type cardstock heavy paper that they cut this on just doesn't have any color to it. So I wanted to add just a tad bit of green. I'm going to be pairing this with the Cape Cod collection, and so a little bit of green I think will look fine, and I'm going to apply some of that Vintage Photo just to the edges of the trunk of this tree. So then I went back with that Vintage Photo and just added a little bit to the top and around the edges of those palm branches. It just gave it a tiny bit of dimension, and I really like how it looked. And then for the smallest shell, I went around the edges with the Vintage Photo as well. And I believe for the bird, I used Peacock Feathers. And I don't know if I actually got the footage of that one, but the shell here, I'm also going in with my white gel pen and drawing some lines and then some little dots to the bottom to give it some dimension. And then after I did the bird, I also added some little eyes to the bird with my white gel pen as well once the ink had set and it was a little bit dry. Now I do go around the edges of my Cape Cod papers with the peacock feathers, and then the bottom piece I went around it with Vintage Photo, and that piece of wood I also went around that with the Vintage Photo. And here you see I just added some Vintage Photo over the top of all of those pieces of paper in the zip strip from Cape Cod collection with that Vintage Photo. I just wanted to tone down all of the white and give it a little bit of muted look. And here I'm just assembling things, and then I added some diamond stickles to these, and it's at this point that I realized that first pink shell, I used Tattered Rose, and it is no longer available. So I went back with just abandoned coral. I did not add more ink, and I made another with just abandoned coral, no Tattered Rose. And then I added that diamond stickles to the top of the palm tree, to the shells, and I really like how it turned out. If you've enjoyed this video, I hope you'll give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. Feel free to leave a sweet comment and share this video with your crafty friends. I hope you have a great day.